Do you mean this Funko? Y'all know who you're talking to. Might as well just use this comment as an excuse to show my updated Lord of the Rings Funko collection. So, let's go. We'll start with the new ones and then speed past the old ones. Obviously, we gotta start off with Boromir first because that's what the commenter asked for, and if I'm anything, it is a people pleaser. Obviously, this is the Boromir one does not simply walk into Mordor meme Funko. But fun fact, this post is from when he's talking about the Great Eye, not them going into Mordor. Next is the Nazgul Funko, also known as a Ring Wraith or the Nine. I'm very tempted to get 8 more of these. On to one of my newer favorite Funkos, Eowyn. This one is a dangerous one for me because she does have a Durnhelm chase and there is a 1 in 6 chance of getting it. And when I tell you I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit, it's my wallet. On to another favorite of mine, it's our other Shield Maiden and my mini-me, Hera. And this is not sponsored, but if you haven't seen War of the Rohirrim yet, it's currently streaming on Max, and I highly recommend it. Next is none other than the Helm Hammerhand, and for a little dude, he is heavy. Like, talk about tiny but mighty. If you were to throw him at someone, he would make a dent. And now, obviously, we can't have Hera or Helm without Wolf. Like, you got the first two, you might as well complete the set. But fun fact, Wolf and Helm were actually sent to me by a follower. And I'm so grateful for it because it's the first thing to be bought off my wish list. In keeping with our Rohan theme, we have our Theoden King. Hail the victorious dead. Going in reverse order of the children of the Iluvatar, we're onto the elves and our beautiful Arwen Undomio. I've been waiting for them to re-release Arwen, so you know I had to snatch her up. Now, obviously, after Arwen has to come Elrond, then from Elrond to Legolas. And since the Ents woke up the same time as the elves did, we obviously got to move on to Treebeard. Now, I have 2 Treebeard Funkos. One is just Treebeard by himself, and then the other is Treebeard with Merry and Pippin when he's walking them through Fanghorn in the 2 Towers. And now that I've mentioned the Hobbits, we got to go on to the Fellowship. Starting with my 2 Towers Aragorn, and then my Return of the King Aragorn. Next is Gimli, since I've already shown Legolas. And then onto my Gandalfs, we have Gandalf the White, and then Gandalf from the Bridge of Khazad-dûm, and then the Earth Day Special Edition Gandalf. And then onto my Samwise, I have this Funko, and then the same exact Funko, but signed by Sean Astin. And on the side, I had him write, "Let him go, you filth," from when Sam was saving Frodo from Shelob. Speaking of Frodo, let's move on to my Frodo Pops. This is obviously my signed Frodo Funko Pop. And then onto my unseen Frodo, which he's in there, I promise. And then we have my special Wraith Frodo, that's a glow-in-the-dark chase. And then we have Frodo with the One Ring when he's in Sammath Naur. Speaking of the Cracks of Doom, Gollum is next. And while we're on the topic of Mordor, here's the Orc Grishnak. Going down the plains of Gorgoroth, we have the Lieutenant of Barad-dûr, the Mouth of Sauron. Taking a quick detour to Minas Morgul, we have Sauron's most faithful servant and the Lord of the Nazgul, the Witch King. And because one Witch King isn't enough, we have to have him riding his Felbeast too. And since I've mentioned Sauron, it only makes sense to move on to Sauron. And obviously I have to have both versions of Sauron because he is my favorite of the Fallen Maiar and honestly one of my top favorites in general. And last but not least, we're going all the way back to where it began in the Shire at Bag End with Bilbo. And I genuinely don't know how this happened, but I somehow ended up with 2 of Frodo with the ring and 2 of Bilbo with Bag End. So since I'm almost at 100,000 followers, maybe I should do a giveaway? I don't know, let me know.